tonight's opening scene, Ichiro Inuyashiki and his family, Marie, Takashi, and Mari, arrive at their new home. The following day Ichiro goes to work and receives another complaint from his supervisor. If he keeps misestimating products, his boss will terminate him. Ichiro apologizes immediately as that is what he is succumbed to. A stray dog named Hanako appears. The next day Ichiro is diagnosed with cancer. He returns to his house to tell his family he'll die shortly. No one, not Takashi, Mari, or his wife, answered his calls. Ichiro walks his new dog Hanako, his only company, outside. Since his wife hates dogs, he lets Hanako go and bolts away. Hanako follows him to a park and sits. Ichiro pets the dog and finds a companion. Ichiro wonders why the nice person is there that night. Then, a bright white light from above hits Ichiro and the guy with a powerful laser beam. They go unconscious and wake up early the next morning to realize he can see without glasses. His four-eyed days are over. He takes Hanako outside and has breakfast with his family. Ichiro devours breakfast and discovers his taste buds are different. His bland diet makes him thirsty. Ichiro hurries to the sink, drinks, and goes to his room. His family is perplexed by his strange morning conduct but doesn't inquire. Ichiro's hands smoke like barbecue in his room, quickly rises and takes off his shirt. His hands feel strange and when he raises them his hand bursts out open into a sophisticated mechanized weapon that sprays his breakfast. Ichiro is bamboozled and can't believe what is happening. His head pops open as well as both arms and checks in the mirror to ensure he is not under any genjutsu. Marie suddenly opens the door and Ichiro is restored to factory settings before she could notice. In school, Shishigami Hiro, the guy alongside Ichiro at the park, stares blankly at the sky. He goes to see his friend Ando after school and discovers Ando is depressed again and just playing video games. Story of my life. Hiro offers to show Ando some new comics he purchased but Ando wasn't interested. He asks Ando out to his balcony to show him something. He gestures at a bird flying by and yells, "Bang!" The bird is hit and falls like a brick. Hiro then takes Ando to a garage and starts to telekinetically control the cars to do as he pleases. Ichiro wonders what happened to him since that night. At work, the final straw was drawn, and was let go. He pleads for a pardon but accidentally injures his employer in the process. Back on the streets, he notices a half-dead bird. Saddened, he holds the bird and unintentionally activates his healing abilities. The bird recovers in seconds. Suddenly, he hears a mother wailing over her brain-dead child in a hospital who is about to die. Ichiro uses his newfound abilities to save the child and escapes before the doctors can properly identify him. Ichiro leaves the hospital happy as he just saved a life. Hiro visits his father and his new family is thrilled to see him. After dinner, Hiro is upset about this new life and finger points at his father. He could end his life in seconds with a bang but lets them go midway. He leaves to go home and thinks of his father's happiness during the walk. He walks until he hears cheering and laughter in a random house. He barges in and murders everyone in cold blood. Ichiro hears the cries from the struggling residents all the way from where he is and rushes to the scene. Hiro opens the front door only to find the remains of the family. He meets in the center of everything and Hiro does not hesitate to shoot Ichiro on sight. This knocks Ichiro out. After Hiro leaves, Ichiro gets up and goes after Hiro too. He hurries outside and spots Hiro flying away with a built-in jetpack. Ichiro tries his best to help fix the situation and everyone falls asleep after a deafening silence. Ichiro weeps as he feels he can't even take care of his family and he is a useless machine. He remembers he has cute Hanako, his only companion. Ando prays for God to change Hiro's heart and again, Ichiro hears him and tries jetpacking to Ando. Hiro and his mother visit the hospital for medical results but to the doctor's surprise, the mother's cancer cells have all vanished. Kapoof. Gone. It's all smiles on the way back. The police interrupt the happy moment and try to apprehend Hiro but Hiro flees knowing the reason for the police approach. This turns into a foot race. Hiro shoots 3 cops and flies away. Hiro becomes a wanted serial killer in town. Hiro receives his worst news hours later. His mother could not handle the stress from the media and took her own life. He watches computer geeks mock his mother. Hiro finds out about the miracles at the hospital and wonders. Mari overhears her dad communicating with Ando. She asks her dad what he told Ando, but Ichiro doesn't respond. Cheyenne wakes up to drink water that night. Unknown to her, armed guards had penetrated her residence and were waiting for Hiro. Hiro wakes up to Cheyenne and they all open fire. Hiro tries but fails to protect Cheyenne. Hiro in anger murders all guards and flies out the window. He says he'll kill everyone in the country because the police initiated this conflict. As bodies start dropping like flies, the country is in chaos. Ichiro hurries to find Hiro to stop him. Hiro continues to give more headshot counts than a Call of Duty team deathmatch. He kills the news host and attacks civilians. Marie's high school classmates check their phones for news but Hiro shoots them. Ichiro interrupts Hiro's screen transmission and advises everyone to put down their phones. He just smirks and fires missiles across the whole city. Such a mad villain. Ichiro locates Hiro using a missile trajectory to locate the attack. Ichiro interrupts Hiro's second missile wave. Hiro recalls Ichiro and talks villain Hiro. After their chit-chat, their great battle begins and Ichiro flees Hiro by flying into Tokyo. Ichiro hears his daughter calling for rescue while flying. One of Hiro's missiles had hit Mari's building. He tries flying to Mari's location but Hiro catches him and throws him into a news helicopter. Ichiro manages to save the cameraman on the chopper but Hiro lands with him and kills the cameraman. All that work for nothing. Luckily, this works, but Hiro catches up to him in space and holds and prepares his ballistic gun to fire another round of missiles. At the brink of seeing death in its eyes, Hiro's body starts to shut off. The water Hiro took from Ichiro was no ordinary water but rich in salt and took effect just in time. Ichiro repays Hiro with a large meal of missiles and knocks him out of the sky. Ichiro rushes to find his daughter. He finds her unconscious in the rubble and then resurrects her. Mari coughs awake. She finally respects her dad. Hiro comes in with a flying kick on Ichiro, ending their reunion. Hiro kills all crash survivors and tosses Ichiro around. Mari learns her dad isn't human after all and is surprised she didn't know sooner. Ichiro is struggling to hold Mari but Hiro kicks his hand away. Hiro then takes Mari and holds her over the edge of the building and drops her. Ichiro goes berserk and punches Hiro into pieces before saving her before she falls. He revives Mari with his powers. Publicly, Hiro is no more but in reality, the cops have no evidence of Hiro's death. Ichiro enjoys breakfast with his family months after the massacre. Mari no longer criticizes him, and everyone respects him. She stares at her father amazed at who her father is. Remarkably, Ando sees his friend who he thought he had lost in his room. Hiro came over as he had missed his friend. Hiro is relieved and tries to bond over games but turns around and sees Hiro had left.